So, for some of you, you already know a little bit about my story, and I want to tell you why it's so crucial to really learn more about what your daily thoughts are, and especially those ones who make you feel very, very bad. I know you have them because we all do. And so, usually, this is about not having enough money, being in a relationship you don't want to, being single, um, uh, not feeling well in your body. Maybe you feel fat, or you feel uh, something else is not okay in your body, or there are just certain things in your life that really you don't like. And every single time some story comes up, or you receive a letter, or you receive or meet other people, and every single time that triggers something in you, and you then get reminded again how crappy your life is. You know what I mean? I mean those thoughts that are really painful in a sense. You still didn't made it, you're still where you are, you're not worthy. Maybe it's not even that extreme, okay? It could also be something like, I'm always broke, I never have enough money. Um, you know what I mean? Something in that direction. And so I want to tell you a little bit about my story so you can maybe see where this is going. When I was growing up, I had a lot of not so pleasant moments, and these life moments were so crucial for me that I felt really trapped. And as a child, I didn't know how to regulate my emotions because many people in my environment didn't know also. And so what happened was they kind of ignored me, and to cope with that I kind of moved away, right? I dissociated myself, so I kind of wasn't really here, I wasn't really present, and I suppressed my feelings, I suppressed how I felt back then. And I got to know about my thoughts really only within the, yeah, in the middle of the 20s, okay? And I realized that I did repeat patterns over and over again. And with this, I mean actually thoughts, okay? I mean thoughts that were so negative in a sense of, let's really make a practical example. I felt really bad because I didn't have the amount of money in my bank account I wanted to have. And it's not that I was broke, I just didn't have the amount I wanted to have. And so I was making myself really miserable by saying stuff like, you don't have the money you would need, you don't have this or that. And I would blame myself over and over again, you know, those kind of things where you're going down the spiral. There were other things, something like, uh, you're really stupid, you are not at the level of education you should be, you should have been here and here, you should have done this and this. And so it got me really into trouble. And because they were my thoughts, there is another one. Uh, I always had the impression that people would talk bad about me. And so when this happened, I had this chatter, you know, they talk bad about me and they're doing this and this, and they would make me look bad to other people, and all of that. I created a whole kind of story. And so there are many people who are doing that, but they're not really conscious, aware about this, okay? It's not something that I was doing and I was in the morning, what can I prepare today? Right? It wasn't that way. It was really about, I realized at one point what I was doing and how I was creating my life, how I was dealing with the whole thing. And you see, learning more about what you're thinking all day long helps you to improve, because that way you can actually start to think in another direction and you can stop yourself right away. Now, obviously, this isn't about suppressing. This isn't about not accepting how you feel. And when you are having a bad day, please do have a bad day. You know what I mean? It's like accept everything, accept all parts of you. There is not something that you should push away because it doesn't belong to you and that's not you and blah blah. Not of that, not at all. But at one point, you have to learn that you have to reprogram, even though I don't like the word that much, but you have to relearn. That's better. You have to relearn the way how you think, okay? Because the way how you think ultimately also makes how you feel. And so imagine if you could make your day just 5, 10, 12, percent better a day. Imagine if it could be just 20% better, how much impact that would actually have on you. Well, it had a lot on me because that gained a lot of strength for me to move further. You know what I mean? And so I believe that that is a tool that is so helpful, because every single time you catch yourself when you're doing that, you are not fooling yourself, but you're saying something like, I actually don't know what this person is talking with that other person. I actually don't know their story. I actually don't know why they're doing this. You know what I mean? You go another direction. You go in the direction of your story that you have once created may not be true. And just be open to it that it's most probably not true, or it's at least not to the full, it's not the full story of it, you know? And so that's something that you will use every single time that you have this kind of emotion or this really feeling bad about yourself, about where you stand in your life, and you start to really go into the awareness of, okay, maybe I actually don't know. I actually don't know. When we are talking about the banking account, right? Instead of saying like, I never have any cash and everything, I'm always broke and blah, blah, blah. Instead of saying that, you could say like, okay, but I still have food in my fridge. I still have this and this. And I actually do have this and this opportunity coming up, you know? So you get the opportunity to maybe earn more or do another education or meet other people who could help you potentially. And so I think that it's not about not seeing your thought, it's about learning that that thought is not helpful, you know? Learning that that thought you used to have and you used to repeat, which by the way, at one point got into a belief, okay? And if you're thinking a thing over and over again, what it actually creates is a belief, and that means that you are acting accordingly, right? Your behavior will start to be like that, and you will behave a certain way, even though this might not be true, right? Because else everyone else would have the same kind of belief and the same kind of thoughts. And so that's not true, right? So always when you are in this kind of spiral and it goes down, okay? Every single time you feel just like, ugh, really? Start to see yourself in another light. Will this change your world overnight? No. But will this actually help you for the future and learning more about yourself and gaining actually the respect for yourself, the self-confidence you need for all the further steps? Yeah, you know, yeah. This is something that I have got to learn within my 20s, but really starting to use this technique when I was around 30 and realizing that this is the most crucial thing because it's so simple, it's so easy, and I'm not going into from one step into something crazy like, okay, now I'm broke, right? I don't have any cash. And then I don't go, oh, I'm millionaire. You know, it's not like that. It's about shaping your reality new. Because the reality you have may look for someone else like you have the dream whatsoever, right? And so how can it be that for someone else, your life would be the dream, but for you it's terrible, right? It's a perception you have, you hold. It's something you hold, but it's not for everyone the same. For someone else, this would be great. And it's not to make you diminish how you feel. Once again, be careful at this moment. It's not to put you down. It's about learning more about what you're thinking every single day and questioning yourself if this is really true, because ultimately that is creating how you feel and that is making you miserable, you know? And so when a thought is not useful anymore and you're already doing something to improve that or to acknowledge that, and you're working on yourself and you're doing this in a work, then start to stop yourself by saying something a little bit more at ease, okay? A little bit more that is bringing you relief. Relief from that stress moment. And I really have so many good results with that, and it's not overnight. You will need some time to actually practice this, okay? So practice a little bit and learn how you could actually make a real impact in your life. It's simple, yet it does need some practice, okay? So I hope this video has helped you. Let me know in the comments on how you are dealing with thoughts that really make you miserable. Has this video actually helped you? Could you apply something of that? And yeah, let me know your stories and how you have been dealing with them. Maybe there is something else you would like to add. So all down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and I see you next time. Bye bye.